Welcome back to Banger's Bricks, everybody. Excited to have everybody here. Today, we are going to be making some major adjustments to the Lego City. We are taking everything out of our Lego room. Tables, modulars, everything. Super excited. Please stay tuned so that we can check it out together. Before we do anything else, before we take a look at the Lego City, I wanted to give a shout out to Joel Miller as he is the winner of our Lego giveaway this past week here. Congrats, Joel. Wanted to show your picture as I know you were excited to get the giveaway as well. Please keep the pictures coming as you incorporate that in your Lego City. And on that note, let's go check out the Lego City. Welcome back to Bingersville, everybody. Today we are going to be making some major adjustments in our Lego City, and you can kind of see that we've already started, and everything will be taken out, and I'll tell you why, as we are going to start over here with our second tier. So with the second tier, I know I've got a lot of positive feedback. People say how much they like it, how we're able to expand the Lego City and incorporate more modulars at some point here, but I've also heard some of the negative feedback in saying that it's only 10 inches, so it's becoming more of a display shelf instead of being a cohesive part of the Lego City. So to make it more cohesive, we are going to be first dropping it from 12 inches down to about 10 inches so that we're not seeing as many 2x4s in the background. But secondly, we are going to be adding on a 5-inch piece onto the front of our second tier. So we'll add on a 5-inch strip of melamine just so that we're able to incorporate some sort of walkway in front of our modulars. And the great example that I have is if Chandler here, if he's trying to get over to, let's say, the Jazz Club from the Central Perk, right, he can actually get through and not take a tumble down to the first level. So that 5-inch strip is really going to be a big part of the city so that it makes it more, again, cohesive and just gives, honestly, just gives us a little bit more room to display minifigures in front of the modulars themselves. So that is going to be one of the biggest changes we make. Now, that is going to cause a little bit of a ripple effect because if we add 5 inches onto the second tier, that's going to cut into our modular area. So we're going to have to add on 5 inches to the back of our table on our first level, which again is going to cause a ripple effect into our bigger table, our 30x75. So we're going to have to adjust the bigger table down here. And so I think what we're going to do, instead of bumping it 5 inches, since we don't really have any extra room to work with on the backside of our greenery area, we're going to take about 5 inches off of this side so that we can make that adjustment in pushing this table forward. So everything will start kind of coming back at us here. But as you can see, we have quite a bit of room in here to make those adjustments and make things a little bit bigger. The other thing that we're going to be doing is in adjusting this table is we're going to be bumping it out about 10 inches since we have that extra room. And that will just give us a little bit more area with the 123 Sesame Street being a corner modular. I want to be able to create some sort of alley or some sort of road on the edge here so that it doesn't just end with a corner modular. So, man, we have a lot to do. Let's get started. All right, everybody who stayed up late last night cutting wood to make sure we can get our tables back in our Lego room today, this guy. So we got everything cut. Very excited. I was able to take the 2x4s off. We brought our second tier down to 10 inches instead of 12, so you won't see quite as much of the melamine and 2x4s in the background of our second tier, as well as added on the 5-inch strips of melamine onto our second tier and our first tier, really to just help give us that walkway or that path so that it makes everything a little bit more cohesive. Very excited about that. One other thing I'm looking at is potentially moving the Daily Bugle that is sitting here now and putting some sort of parking garage in, but then also putting in some sort of bridge so that connects both of the tiers together. So very excited about that. The one thing I did not get a chance to get to is adding on another little strip right here so that once we have the 123 Sesame Street or whatever corner modular we're going to put here, I can put some sort of path going back. Since it is a corner modular, it just looks kind of goofy that it just ends on the edge of the table. So do want to get to that. Now let's get all the modulars back in so we can get it to looking the way it was before. All right, everybody, before we get to putting our road plates into our Lego City, I just wanted to show you how much better everything looks after we dropped our second tier from 12 inches to 10 inches. I really think that the modulars now start to hide a little bit more of that second tier, so you're not looking at as much wood. So very excited about that. As we come over here, I have to get Birch's books back down here, as well as, we're going to be adding in a new modular here. And then once we build up the sitcom tower, it's going to really start hiding a lot of that wood and melamine look. So the other thing, the treehouse may be on the move, because as we added that 5-inch section on. So really what's happening is it's starting to really push into our Disney or, woodland area. So the treehouse may be on the move. Not 100% sure where I'm going to put it, but one potential area is our inverted corner in the background. In case you're wondering what an inverted corner is, it's where two modulars meet up, and you can't necessarily put another modular back there without it being hidden. So if anybody has any ideas on how to go about an inverted corner or any plans that they think may look good for an inverted corner, please feel free to let me know, drop it in the comments. The other thing I'm looking for advice on is if anybody has any ideas on how to build some sort of walkway or path or sidewalk along my second tier here, please feel free to drop that in the comments, or if you have any rebrickable ideas, again, please feel free to let me know. I know we obviously have sidewalk on the edge of our roads, but I was looking to potentially do something a little bit different and just add a little bit more character on that second tier. So let's get the road plates in here, and then I wanted to show you a recent BrickLink order that is going to get us started on our wooded area. All right, everybody, the roads are back in the Lego City, and it looks great. Starting to look like it did before we took everything out and changed it up. So super excited to see that. Again, we have so many changes we still need to make. Again, I need to start working on the path that's going to go up here, that 5-inch path, as well as our half road plate that we need to finish here. Again, we're going to work on getting another strip of melamine to put over here, and then we're going to run that road plate over and then all the way back, as well as over here we need a full base plate, mills plate for our road, so that we can again bring it all the way over to the edge of the table and then send that all the way back as well. I am excited to say, everybody, that we did purchase the new modular, the Jazz Club and Pizzeria. Tentatively, it is going to go right here. Again, we're going to end up, moving it around to see where that modular is going to look best within the Lego City. Also to see really what color schemes kind of go with each other. Now, I know it has some yellow in it, so we may end up potentially moving it over to where the assembly square is, or, with some of the navy blue, maybe it does look good next to Birch's books and the townhouse. So definitely something where we have a lot of different options. And if anybody has any general ideas, if you've built it already or have other modulars that we have, please feel free to drop it in the comments if you have any suggestions. So lots of other improvements we need to make into the Lego City. One improvement that doesn't have to do with actually building Lego, but just sorting Lego, is now that we don't have enough room in the corner to store our Lego organizer, if that's what you want to call it, is we need to figure out how we're going to organize and what the best way to organize some of our Lego pieces is. Now, I have no experience on, drawers or cabinets or whatever it is to fit into a Lego City, something that we can potentially put underneath our tables. I need to come up with a better way to organize everything. So if anybody has any ideas on that as well, please drop that in the comments, really what worked best for you. But let's go check out a latest package we have for some more updates. It is mail time. Now, I wanted to show you guys a quick package that I received for BrickLink and just some of the pieces that came with it. Now, as I was preparing for this video, I felt like Blue from Blue's Clues and just trying not to break out in song. So I won't spare you guys my singing voice, but let's take a look at some of these pieces. Now, I just talked about this a little earlier in one of my other videos, and just how we need to continue to build up that Disney or wooded area and really build up those plates into Mills plates. So these are some of the extra green, larger plate that we're going to utilize to build up that area. More plate, more green plate. And we also have 2x2 brick. We are fresh out of 2x2 brick, so we haven't been able to do a ton of Mills plating lately. Super excited to have that. Now, the other thing that we were missing is some Technic pieces. So we have a bunch of Technic pieces down here in the corner, as well as some sidewalk pieces for our mills roads as well. So super excited to have those. Now, the rest of the pieces, I know you're probably wondering, what are these for? Most of them are for Thor's penthouse. So we talked about our sitcom tower before and really how we're going to be adding on Joey and Monica's apartments. And then you can see all of our BrickLink pieces, extra pieces that we're going to be adding on to complete those 2 floors. And as I was looking at the sitcom tower itself, I started to really dislike the roof. So we are going to be adding on Thor's penthouse to the top. And so we needed all the extra pieces, have those ordered. Now, the only downside is we don't have Thor's new Adgard set yet. So we do have to go purchase that set so that we can get started on extending the sitcom tower, and I'm super excited to do so. All right, everybody, super excited to say that we got a lot done today. We were able to take apart our tables, get them downstairs, cut the 5-inch strips of melamine, put the 5-inch strips of melamine onto our tables so that we could get everything back up here, reassembled, put our Lego modulars back into our Lego room to see everything looking great and have the ability to now add that walkway onto our second tier. Whew. Lots done. Now, I'm super excited for our upcoming videos because we are going to be finishing the Disney Castle. We are all going to be building the Jazz Club and Pizzeria together, incorporating that into the Lego room. And we now have all the pieces to finish building out the Mills plates for the rest of our wooded area, as well as starting on extending the sitcom tower. So stay tuned. Thank you everybody for stopping by, and have a great rest of your week. Bye.